Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
We have a huge update on the Evil Dead movie that's coming out soon. Well, not soon. Yeah, bad news about that. We'll get into that later, though. The next Evil Dead movie's title and release years have been revealed by writer and director Sebastian Wanitschek. I think I said that right. Teasing what horrors await. It was confirmed in February that he would serve as director and co-writer of the new movie in the franchise, being joined by writer Florent Bernard alongside Sam Raimi and Robert Tapert, who have been doing Evil Dead for a very long time. They're serving as producers. While it's unclear if this movie's gonna take place after the end of Evil Dead Rise, which I'll get into that whole thing later, the movie will be expanding on the horror universe with the new story from the two creatives new to the franchise. Now, Wanitschek has taken to Instagram alongside Bernard, where they have shared the cover page for Evil Dead Burn, the name of the new movie and the next installment in the franchise. His image also comes with a caption where he confirms the release date is, drumroll please, 2026. Yeah, I don't know about that, but it'll be over a year until this movie comes out. Great. It does confirm, though, plans for the series to have regular installments, which will continue to expand on the lore of the Necronomicon and the Deadites. Reviews for Evil Dead Rise were mostly positive, with critics praising the film for an original story that went back to the franchise's horror roots. I haven't made a video about this movie yet, because I said I was gonna and I forgot to, but I agree that this movie was good, but very, very gory. Extremely gory. I don't remember the original Evil Dead being that gory, but anyways, the franchise is known for much more than its tension and gore. Also embracing comedic elements thanks to its lead hero, Ash Williams, but, Bruce Campbell. It's unclear what this means for Evil Dead Burn, and whether this series will be sprinkling in some of the comedy that made entries like Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness so memorable. The film is also one of the two being worked on for the franchise right now, with the other untitled movie being written and directed by Francis Galoppi. Evil Dead's Burn confirmed title and release window indicates there's major focus on developing these new movies, further tying together the lore of the series in multiple different ways. Since every Evil Dead movie takes place in the same continuity, this new installment could help further tie them all together while telling a compelling story that stands on its own. How do these movies connect? Is probably a question you're asking yourself. Well, do you guys remember the Evil Dead 2013 reboot? Well, in that reboot, originally they were going to have Ash be the truck driver. Bruce Campbell was supposed to be a truck driver that picks up Mia after she, survives all the horrors, kills her own brother, cuts off her hand, yada yada yada. But instead, we got a post-credit scene of him just saying, groovy.
Groovy.
Now, technically, that was to promote the fact that we were getting an Ash TV show, but there's something else you need to know about the other movie, Evil Dead Rise. Evil Dead Rise has a lot of Easter eggs when it comes to Ash. His car, the chainsaw, but those are just Easter eggs, right? Well, Bruce Campbell was technically in Evil Dead Rise. Have a listen. Previously on Ash vs. Evil Dead, at the end of the series finale, Ash was sent to the future, and the series got cancelled, so we'll never really know what happened to him, is what I would have said if I was lying. Bruce Campbell confirmed that the Evil Dead animated series we're getting is in full motion, and I fully believe that the Evil Dead animated series will be a continuation of Ash vs. Evil Dead, because these has to connect somehow. But I know what you're thinking right off the bat. Amy, okay, Bruce Campbell's been in these movies, but what does this have to do with the lore? It's not Ash. You're right. And you're wrong, and let me explain. In Army of Darkness, Ash has to go get the Necronomicon to get back home. This we know. But when he went to go get the Necronomicon, he noticed something about them. There were 3 of them. 3 of them.
3 books. Wait a minute. Hold it. Nobody said anything about 3 books.
There's one that bites, and there's one that takes you into undeniable horrors, and there's one that Ash has. Ash has the one that sends him back home. But what you don't know is that the other 2 books are on Ash's world. Editing Amy cutting in here to say that, like, if there was 2 other books, why didn't the evil Ash just use those books? Why did he specifically want Ash's book? Did he just, like, not want Ash to go home? I mean, I don't know if they explain it, because I've seen the movie, like, 3 times, and I don't remember them ever just, like, pointing it out. Does anyone have an answer for this? You might not have noticed this if you only watched the movies once, but Mia has the one that, was, like, all sucky or whatever, that stretched his face, or whatever. She has that book. Well, she doesn't, but she technically does. And the other book, the one with the teeth, is the one that Beth had in Evil Dead Rise. I don't really know how they'll do this specifically, considering Ash, I don't know if he still has his Necronomicon. I don't know if he does or not. He got sent to the future. I don't know what the fuck he is. And Mia and Beth, Mia is missing an arm, she's missing a hand just like Ash. I don't know where she is. And Beth has a little child to take care of because her siblings and her mom are dead. Oh, and also Beth is pregnant and the baby almost died in the movie because of that. Reminds me of an anime. There was an anime like that. But anyways, I feel like somehow Ash and his friends and then Mia and Beth are somehow going to use the Necronomicons to stop the Deadites once and for all. Maybe finish what the professor started. The professor was researching something. He's the one who started all this. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut.